This is the standard Sprocket, and this is the one we plan to install. If you step back a bit, you'll see they look almost the same. It's a perfect day for us to find out if you can make this thing go much faster for just a few pennies. So here we have the Spark 125. Right now, it's in its stock setup. We're going to measure what it shows us now, and then I'll explain what to do to make it go a bit faster. So if you're interested, as always, subscribe to the channel, give it a like. And as usual, it's time to get wrenching. Alright, our test pilot is back. Time to check the numbers. So, that's all you could squeeze out of that demon? Reminder, everything is fine, everything's been replaced, except we got 82 kilometers per hour by GPS. And what was the speedometer lying before? Straight 200, right off the bat. Alright then, for the next experiment, first of all, we'll need a new chain, like this one. And secondly, some fun stuff. We've got a 12-tooth sprocket. We'll install it now and see what happens with it. And we also have this sprocket that you can't even buy in Ukraine. I'll leave you the link to it on AliExpress. It's a 19-tooth sprocket. We already did a quick test fit, like that. Now we'll try to install the sprockets. And later, we have a secret weapon. I'll show you that in a bit. Also, the guys gave me an Okaivan gas torch for my birthday, so now I can heat things up like never before. That's the kind of awesome friends I've got. Drop them a nice thank you from me and from yourself. You can even write something nice for me. I'm a humble guy, seriously, ridiculously humble. Now we'll replace the small sprocket and see what kind of result we get with it. The chain is getting replaced, and that basically became our main task in this whole process. So I hope it at least survives our experiments. Now we're removing the front sprocket, installing the smaller one, and we'll measure again. The 12-tooth sprocket is on. We bolted it down with a hex and an 8mm bolt, because 10mm bolts reach the chain. And it starts bouncing, so we had to shorten them a bit. Now Ilya is going for the first test ride and we'll share his impressions. Well, yeah, the launch definitely got peppier. And as physics tells us, if you put a smaller sprocket in the front, torque increases but top speed drops. So tell us your thoughts? It got more responsive. Definitely more responsive. Now Ilya's putting on his helmet and going to check if our top speed improved, because that's what we're really interested in. I think it'll be lower, but now you can easily go uphill with 3 people. Though we won't test that. Ilya's getting ready and going for a speed test. And you subscribe if you're curious. Our Batman is back, so much lower. Lower top speed, Much. Like 74 kilometers per hour. It's all there, visible. But the torque? Beastly. So yeah, if you need more pull, if you're hauling sticks, potatoes, or whatever, install a smaller sprocket. Just slap on a 12-tooth sprocket. I'll leave you the link in the description. You'll be happy. It rides slow, but pulls like a beast. Now let's go install a slightly bigger sprocket and see what it tells us. So here are our sprockets. This is the standard 14-tooth. We installed the 12-tooth one, and now we'll try this beast, a 19-tooth. This is the biggest one I could find on AliExpress. Links in the description. But without a new chain and this kind of tool, you'd have no business here. But we've got the tool, so now we'll break the chain, measure it, and install everything. You know where to find the links. That's all from me for now. Let's go install our massive sprocket. So stay tuned. So Ilya said, "I don't want to see that," and walked away. But here we have the 19-tooth sprocket. It fits our alpha. That's what I call millimeter level. It turns stiff, and for those paying attention, yes, it's hitting the gearbox mounting point. But now we'll gently turn it over. If not, we'll grind it with the Dremel so it clears everything. But it'll find its place. The sprocket has a bit of play. But it's crazy, like a 19-tooth sprocket in the front is just wild. I don't know where else you'd see something like that on another channel. Oh, you're back. All right, let's go. So now we'll slowly spin it in gear and see how it wears in. Then we'll measure the top speed with this configuration. But we'll go easy. Honestly, it starts off okay. I thought it'd be worse, that the engine would struggle, but it took off just fine. Now Ilya's taking a quick spin so we can see what's up. Let's see if it tears up the gearbox mount. First impressions? First gear feels like second. Did it grind up a lot? Yeah, it already shaved everything down. No more room left. That's good. Now Ilya's working up the courage, and we'll go test that speed. He says first gear feels like second, so yeah, we lost torque. And top speed. How's it feel? Hard to tell here, not enough space. So let's go test properly. So, what's your impression of this sprocket configuration? What are you looking at there? Did you burn out or not? All good. So, here's our 19-tooth sprocket. And what does it show? I'll say it right away. Third gear. And what, there's nowhere to speed up? Basically, we need to go to a closed road. Okay, third gear. 83 and third. So, let's go test it all on a closed road, because there's no room to accelerate here. While we figure it out, you go ahead and subscribe. We're still thinking how to best pull this off. All right, now we're on a closed road, just to stay out of the way. We're law-abiding, but not always. 19-tooth sprocket in front, standard in the back. First test run. Let's see what comes out of it. We've got a headwind. Let's try. On the closed road, we got, where is it? I don't see it. There, 88 kilometers per hour. Let's try again. All right, what do we get this time? 95. So that's a 10 km/h gain. And here's the fun part. We only changed the front sprocket to the biggest one. But we've also got this evil little trick in the form of a rear sprocket that's 25 teeth, while the stock one is 39. That's quite a difference. Now we'll try installing it and measuring again. And to keep you watching till the end, I'll be giving all of this away in the comments, as always. So leave your comments. Are we nuts for doing this? And would you want something like this on your own ride? In the meantime, we're off to install and see how it all turns out. Here's a quick explanation of what's going on. Yeah, that's the stock sprocket, and this is the one we're planning to install. So what do you think? How fast will it go? Leave your guesses in the comments. We're putting everything back in place, and soon we'll find out the real deal. So here's the setup. This is the front, and that's the rear. Step back a bit. They almost look the same size. Place your bets on how fast we'll go with this setup. We'll do a short warm-up run, a little test, and show you that too. First test run, the rig is warmed up. Let's go. So far on the test, we only got to about 600 meters, used third gear max, but there's a bit more road after the bend. He'll go there. Let's see what happens. All right, tell us, what did we get? 85? 85, and that was only in second gear. Okay, let's try again. We're at the end of the road now. Going to push it. Didn't go past third, hit 90. So the conclusion is, if you've got a runway that's 8 to 10 kilometers long, then it makes sense to install something like that in the back. Preferably with a slope. There's no point in shifting past third. The engine just doesn't have the power. Even past second, really. But if you put that big one in front and leave a standard one in the back, there's a noticeable speed gain. Maybe I overdid it with the 25 in the rear. If we had put in, say, a 30, it might have been more fun. But in the end, what do we have? The 19 tooth fits in the front, but 18 is better so it doesn't rub anywhere. And a 39 in the back. We got a 20% speed increase, from 80 to 95. You know what we could still try, on a smaller one. Liuka wants to test a smaller one up front too. We'll try it in a YouTube short and show you how it goes. We forgot to bring it with us this time, so that's it for this video. Now you know exactly what happens depending on which sprockets you install. Keep it in mind. If you enjoyed this, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. See you in the next episode. Bye! For those who didn't turn off the video after we said goodbye, Luca decided to try the small rear and front sprockets to see what happens. So now we'll swap them and do one last test run here on the spot. Last test, we installed the standard 15 tooth in front and a tiny 25 tooth in the back. Now Luca is going for a final bonus run. Let's see if anything changes. So, what did we get? 81. The moral of the story: everything's already been tested and measured before us. Stock is really all you need. If you want better pull, you can install a smaller front sprocket. But for the whole setup to work, you need a perfectly straight road, 10 kilometers long. Then maybe you'll manage to hit top speed. So don't waste your time. That's all from me. Bye, everyone.